OK, alors, on va commencer maintenant. Let's see. I'm gonna... Give me a second. Oh. I have to check my video. Give me a second. I'll be right back. I'm just trying to check. Yeah, it's got that right camera on. Okay, just want to make sure. And all right, so let's begin. So begin seated tall, supremely still. Close the eyes and bring the attention inward. Nothing to do, nothing to seek. Everything we need is already within. Let's begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine you are becoming one with all beings. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we acquire strong desire for liberation from pain and suffering. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other, only peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And so, let's begin. Okay. Turn on my gallery view. Give me 1 second. So we'll do a warm up to start. So we'll just start using the wheel right away. So let's come to standing. And then we're going to take the wheel in the right arm, roll it up to the shoulder and press down into the shoulder and just push it against the right ear. And just here, just tilt to the left. Just use the wheel to just push the head over to the left. The left ear coming towards the left shoulder. Then we'll wheel right out to the wrist, hold it there, strengthen the arms. Inhale, lift to the chest, exhale, turn to the right. Try to pull the arms back, so try not to allow the arms to float forward. Keep your chest open. Then come back to the center, go to the other side. Try to keep your arms at the same height, at the height of the shoulders. Pull the arms back again, feel the shoulder blades squeezing against one another. Then come back to the center. From here, just turn your wheel around, hold in your right hand, left arm up, inhale, bend to the right. You might be able to get the wheel right down to the ground. If you can, go ahead. Push it into the ground, the right hand just presses into the wheel. You're just pushing your left hip out to your left as you reach to the right. And then roll the wheel back up. Take it in the other arm, on the left arm, and then just roll it right up to the shoulder. And push down into shoulder, press the wheel into your left side of the neck. Try to get the wheel to come right against the neck as much as possible. And just push the wheel towards into the head, so the head comes to the right. Drop the right shoulder down. Feel the stretch along the left side of the neck. And then roll it out to the wrist again, holding it level with the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist to the left. Pull the arms back as much as you can. Shoulder blades again come together. Come back to the center and go to the other side. Open up your arms fully. Open up through the heart. Feel as though the wheel were part of your body. It's a trick to a lot of these wheel postures. And come back to the center. From here, just allow the wheel to come down. Hold the wheel in your left hand. Raise your right arm up. Bend to your left. And if you can drop your wheel right down on the outside of the foot. And then reach over to the right, to the left as much as you can. Push the hips out towards the right. Try to make the side body, the left side body, free of wrinkles. And then coming back up. Good. Now from here, you can take the wheel behind the back. Hold it with your palms. Inhale, lift the wheel up behind the shoulders. Push your chest forward. Exhale, pull the head down. Drop the wheel down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, raise the wheel as high as you can, height to the shoulders. Lift the head, bring the chin up. Exhale, bring the chin down. Drop the wheel down the backs of the legs. Inhale again, lift up. Good. Exhale, pull down. Lengthen, draw the chin down. The wheel comes below the seat. One last time. Inhale, pull the wheel out, behind. Push your chest forward. Exhale down. And then bring in front of the chest. Here you're going to press it just underneath the chest. Inhale, slide your hands back. Use your belly to push the wheel forward, arch your back, hips forward. Exhale, round your back, push the wheel right in towards your belly and wrap your arms around the wheel. Inhale again, slide your arms further apart, slide them towards one another, heels your palms come towards one another. Exhale, allow the hands cross over one another as you wrap your arms around the wheel, you push your wheel into your belly. Inhale, imagine you can see the movement of the shoulder blades moving together on the inhale. Exhale, moving away from one another. And then one last time, inhale. Exhale, round your back, slide your hands around the wheel, and then come back. So working your wrist here, you're going to press your wheel in between the heels of your palms like this, and descend the wheel as much as you can until you feel a stretch in your wrist. Lift your elbows up, drop your shoulders down now, and keep on trying to descend your wrists. So lift your shoulders and your elbows as you push the wheel down. Keep the heels of your palms connected. And then lift the wheel up again, and then just hold the wheel in your arms and just roll your wrists around. And then do it the other way. Turn your, you can bring your knee up and press the backs of your hands against the wheel. And then from here, lift the wheel up as much as you can. Drop your elbows and your shoulders down this time. Try to keep the tops of the wrist connected and keep pushing the wheel up, but bring your elbows down so you feel the stretch in the insides of the wrists. Good. Keep dropping the shoulders and the elbows down. Try to keep the fingernails connected to the wheel, the tops of the wrists. Good. And then from here, release. Again, just hold the wheel around in your arms and just roll your wrists around. Good. Okay. Now from here, you're just going to take the wheel and place it in between your feet and press the heels into the wheel. Bring your hands to the seat, pull down on the seat, inhale, push the hips forward. Exhale, easy Uttanasana, bend your knees, allow the head to go back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bend your knees. Bring your belly to your thighs and bring your head towards the wheel, your arms over the head. Roll back up. Inhale, come up. Press into your seat again. Bend your knees. Your toes can point out a little bit. Go back. The head goes back. And then come back up. Exhale, bend your knees. Allow your belly to come onto your thighs. And then bring your top of the head towards the wheel, the hands over the head. And last time. Inhale, roll up. Bend your knees. Point your toes out. Push into the seat and pull down. Go back. Feel so you're made of elastic. Try to get your head close to the ground behind you. Behind your feet. And then push into the seat, pull down, come up, bend your knees and your belly on your thighs, and eventually you can straighten your legs by using your body to push into your legs. Bring your arms over the head. And then roll your way up. So this time, place your hands on your seat. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, push your hips forward. Bend your knees if you need to a little bit, but push into seat, pull down. And if you feel comfortable this time, you can slide one hand down, one at a time, down the backs of your legs. Depending on your flexibility, you might land your hand just underneath the knees and you can stay there. Grip the wheel with your insides of your ankles. If you feel comfortable, you can slide your hands further down. And maybe your hands can slide right down into the inside of the wheel. Your thumbs hook over the outside edge of the wheel. Okay, so again, according to your flexibility, your comfort level, don't go into a place of pain or anxiety, or this is not what you want to transmit. And then from here, walk your hands back onto the legs one at a time. Walk your way back. Good. And then from here, you're going to step your feet in front of the wheel and then come forward into a pike position. Push into the thighs, extend through the top of the head, push the seat back. Then from here, reach down, take hold of the wheel and just turn it so that it's on its edge. And you can just place your hands on the back, far into the wheel. Bend your knees if you like, land your belly on your thighs. And then here, push your chest into your legs. Try to get the top of the head towards the feet. Straighten your legs by pushing the wheel into the backs of the legs and pushing your chest into your thighs. Keep on trying to extend your chest further down your legs, the top of the head towards your feet. Option to stay here or lift up lift the head a little bit, turn your wheel around, take hold of the wheel in the edges of your hands again. Inhale. Whoops, actually that didn't work. So bring your wheel on top of your seat first, and then place your wheel up over your head. And you can use your wheel to give yourself a little bit more ability to go deeper. So you can bring your wheel over your head. If you're very flexible, you might be able to bring the wheel right down to the ground in front of your head. Good. The weight of the wheel might help you to go a little bit deeper. That's it. One more, and now telescope the chest forward. Stretch your wheel further forward and then down over your head. And then bring the wheel back onto your seat. Inhale, lift back into the pike and stand back up. Good. Now from here, take the wheel in front. Put your hands onto the wheel and then just walk back into plank position. Good. Now from here, we're just going to move back into downward facing dog a few times. So push the wheel back, allow the head to drop below the arms, and then push into the roots of your toes, come forward into your plank. If you're trying to teach this to students, you can always guide them to place the wheel against the wall. Or if you feel uncomfortable, you can do it against the wall. So again, engage your core, push off the base of the toes, come forward into plank. And one last time, come all the way back, the seat behind the heels. The seat behind the heels, and then come forward into plank. Good. One last time. Inhale, push the seat all the way back, allow the head to fall below the arms. Stretch, curl the tail under. Now here, lift up your toes if you like. So get a stretch in the backs of the legs, pull your seat all the way back, land your belly maybe against your thighs. And then rock forward onto the base of the toes. Come forward and into plank, shoulders over the wrists. Good. From here, raise your right leg up. Back down and raise the left leg up. All these just strengthening exercises. And back down. Lower the knees, bring your hands onto the wheel, and just come into child's pose. Forehead on the ground, the belly on your thighs. Breathe in. Breathe out, soften. Good, now come back into table position, come back onto your knees. So from here, we're going to do side planks. So for this one, you want to have your hand on the wheel, your baby finger around one edge and your thumb on the other side. So you really push the heel of your palm into the wheel. Okay, so I'll do it against the wall as you can see. And then from here, when you switch from side to side, when you go from Vasisthasana, one side to the other, you just push your wrist right behind. Okay, and you push into the wheel like that. So you just keep switching like that. Every time we change sides, you push your hand in behind. Okay? If you're teaching this to students, you can place them if they're not comfortable doing it. You can always tell them to put it against the wall. Okay, so, all right, so let's try it though. So let's place your wheel, come into plank position first, and then place your left hand on the wheel, just like I showed you, spread your fingers, and then turn to your right into Vasisthasana. And now spin on the base of the toes, come back to plank, and just anchor your right hand behind the left. Come into plank again, side plank. That's it. And then try the other side. So spin on your feet, come back to plank. Push the left hand behind the right wrist. Come back to the right. Lift your hips. And then spin again. Come back to plank. Push the right hand right behind the left. And come into plank. Side plank. Good. And then come back to plank. Place both hands, wrists on the wheel, fingers gripping the edges of the wheel. Again, back into downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Just roll the wheel towards you a little bit, lift your toes. Again, get a stretch in the backs of your legs. Allow your belly to sink down towards the thighs, the head to drop below the arms. Good. Now come onto your knees. Just release your wrists again. Okay, next one we're going to try to do, lift the leg, coming into sort of like a side plank variation. Just going to place your left hand on your wheel, turn, come into Vasisthasana right away. You want to have your left foot at 45 degrees and take the right knee up. See if you can take hold the inside heel and lift your right leg up. If it's too much, you can just take your knee, lift your hips up, press your hips forward. Okay, so go ahead. Back down, cross the right from the left, come back into plank position. Take your time to place your right hand firmly on the wheel, a little bit from the shoulder, and turn to your left. Okay. Your right foot at 45 degrees, making sure the base of the big toe is down, and then push your hips forward a little bit. Lift your left knee up if you have the reach. Take hold of the inside of the foot. Oops, I didn't do that very well. Stay strong through the leg, through the arm. Make sure you don't drop into your shoulder. Nice. And back down. Turn towards the front again, lower the knees, child's pose again. Breathe in, breathe out. All right, so now I'm gonna wheel the wheel towards us, land your belly on your wheel, and then just come forward. So your wheel is somewhere between your breastbone and the tops of your thighs. And then from here, do like Savasana. Okay, so lift your chest, lift your legs, engage your buttocks, your upper back. Walk your hands a little bit forward. You spread your fingers, come onto your fingertips. Raise your right knee up, bend your right knee up, and see if you can reach around with your left hand. Take hold of the foot. If it's too much, you can bring your left foot on the ground like that. Okay, so again, you can do whichever variation you like. Sink your belly into the wheel. Try it on the other foot. Lift your chest a little bit. And then bring your left foot up and hug it with your right hand if you can. And then bring your toes back down. From here, come back into child's pose. Just allow your body to just drape over the wheel, your chin on the wheel. Relax, breathe in. Exhale, just allow your shoulders to fall away from one another. Okay, next. Wheel again forward, underneath the belly. Just allow, you have to soften your belly a little bit, okay? And just allow the edges of the body just kind of just fall over the wheel. So here we're going to engage your thigh muscles, walk your hands out, raise your legs up, and see if you can balance. So take your fingers out to the side, come on just the index fingers of both hands, lift your chest, engage your legs, point your toes, and take your legs up. That's the idea. You have to sort of find a sweet spot, so it can't be too high up or too low. It has to be sort of right in the middle of the body. That's the idea. Okay, one more time. Just allow your belly, the middle belly, to sink into the wheel. Engage your thighs. Allow the edges of the body beside your wheel to just engage your legs. Lift your chest a little bit. It takes concentration and patience. Good. Beautiful. All right. So now let's work our back a little bit more. That was the start of the strengthening the back. From here, we're just going to bring our belly onto your thighs again, coming down, your knees on the ground. Place your hands on the wheel and just slide back. So just allow your legs to slide down so your thighs come down onto the ground. Push into the wheel, allow your head to go back. Shoulders just melt. Shoulder blades melt down the back. Allow the head to go back. Relax the shoulders, allow the shoulders to be heavy, the hips to be heavy. And then release, bring the head back. From here, come back into child's pose again. Pull the wheel out in front, allow the head to go down to the ground below the arms. Bring the feet all the way back behind the heels. Okay. Going deeper this time, King Cobra. Okay, so we're going to come back. Again, place your wheel underneath your belly. Place your hands on the front of the wheel and then just allow your legs to slide back. So the tops of your legs, just everything from the tops of your legs where they join onto your hips is up off the ground. Push the wheel into your belly, allow the head to go back, your legs are separated. And then bring your feet up, toes pointed, and see if you can touch your head, your toes to your head. So allow the shoulders to go back and just keep trying to pull your body up high. Try to get your chest higher than the wheel. Okay, so your chest is above the wheel, and then your toes might come to the head a little bit more easily. That's it, Nicola. Good. It's getting close. Point your toes. Really imagine you're squeezing socks behind your knees. That's it. You want to try to, what you can do also is you can do this against the wall. So you can bring your shins against the wall, and with the wheel pushing against your body, and you might be able to get a little bit deeper into the pose. So your feet might not touch the head, but sometimes it's yeah. Okay, good. Now really push into the wheel and just try to raise your body up. So you try to get your chest higher than the wheel, above the wheel. That's it. Extend. That's it. Shoulders back. Really, yeah, beautiful. Georgia, if you can try to get your toes underneath your head. Okay, if you can get your toes to your head, try to tuck your toes underneath your head. That's it. Did you touch, Nicola? Okay, looks like it's getting close though. All right, so we're gonna try another one. So this is very much like Cobra, but you're doing another orientation. Like I said before, many poses are very similar, but we don't recognize it right away. But it's the same pose, but it's if you draw yourself on a paper, you just turn a paper and then you're in another pose. And if you can do one pose easily, then the other poses, once you think of that pose that you can do, then the other one might come easier. So now we're coming into Shalambhasana. So we're just going to come onto the belly again. You have to roll forward so that your shoulders come down. Okay, and then you take the far end of the wheel, and then you just lift your feet, with your hips a little bit, try to tuck it under, and bring your legs up. If you keep pushing to your shoulders and keep pushing your body up, you bend your knees, you bring toes on one foot, pressing to toes the other, and you might be able to get your feet to your head. So once you're down, you have to keep on nudging your wheel in a little bit closer. You have to keep lifting your chest as much as you can. Start with just the legs up. And when you feel comfortable, you can start to bend your legs and just imagine your toes are hanging down, like they're very heavy, like fruit hanging from a tree. So keep on trying to push the wheel closer in. So you have to kind of keep on nudging your body, your wheel in closer to the top of your chest. That's it, Nicola. The good thing about the wheel is that when you're holding on to it, you won't fall over in front. So keep holding on to the wheel. That's it, Georgia. Good. Beautiful. That's it. Point your toes. Press one foot into the other, Nicola. That's it. That just the way you were doing before. That's it. Press the toes, one toes into there you go, okay? And then come down. Relax. So yeah. So child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then roll your way up. Good. All right, so now we're going to come to the front of the wheel, front of the mat, I should say, and place the wheel behind your back. So we start off with a lot of strengthening exercise and just working different areas of the body. so we can do the sun salutations more easily. Okay, so I'm going to start off by just rolling, as always. This one very well, of course. Just roll back and forth. Just allow the wheel to crack out your back a little bit. Do it nice and slow, and try to wheel the wheel all the way from the top of the neck, all the way from to below the seat. So just do it nice and slow. Use your feet to just help you to roll the wheel up and down the back. Okay, good. And then the next time you go back, go all the way back so that your shoulders land on the ground, the back of the head on the ground. But now from here, raise the left leg up, straight up and over your head, and bring the other foot onto the wheel. So once you have the right foot on the wheel, you can hold it against the wheel with your hands. So use your hands to anchor the foot in place. Slide it up to the top of the wheel if you like, and try to get your left foot all the way to the ground behind your head, like sort of like a plow pose, Savasana. But your right knee is pointing straight forward. Good. Try to bring the leg right over your head, Nicola. So one foot can stay on the wheel if you can. So one foot is pressing onto the wheel, you hold in place with your hands. Your left foot is over your head. Good. Now, if you can bring your left knee into your left shoulder. Take hold of your foot with your right hand and place, if you can do the Lotus, you can try to bring your left foot into your left hip crease and push your left knee forward. You can use your left hand if you like to guide the left knee forward. So you get a stretch through through those muscles there in your groin. And then switch. So release the left foot, place your left foot now on the wheel, and bring the right leg up. So just hold the wheel, the foot to the wheel, your left foot to the wheel with your hands. Just grip underneath the wheel with your thumbs and your other fingers on top of the foot. And your right foot goes over your head to the ground behind your head. That's it. Press your left knee forward. Just allow the back of the body to just conform to the shape of the wheel. Then from here, bring the right knee into the shoulder. Take your left hand to the foot and just take your foot into your lotus, your half lotus, right on the left hip crease, and point your right knee forward. If you can't do a lotus, you can place your foot further out. Okay, so just to stretch for your groin muscles. Just try to push your right knee forward as much as possible. And from here, release. Bring both feet down to the ground. Keep your hands on the wheel, holding the far end of the wheel. Coming to iron bridge. Okay, so your shoulders are right close to, your shoulders are underneath the body. Your feet are moving towards one another. Try to get your toes on the ground. Your wheel is underneath your seat. And from here, place your fingertips beside your head and then roll your way out. Just push your way back out. Okay, so now we're working our shoulders a little bit. Place your wheel behind your back. Bring your arms up. Bend the elbows. And bring your hands so your wrists are underneath your ears. Spread your fingers. And then you can open up your elbows a little bit. Grip the edge of the wheel with your fingers and then pull your elbows right in close to your head, your ears. Then from here, you can again roll. So you can roll back, try to find your way right onto your elbows, and then come back. Try not to bring your elbows more than shoulder width apart. Keep holding on to the edge of the wheel with your hands. Wrist underneath your ears. Come all the way back to your elbows, your forearms come down, and then roll back. Last time, pull the elbows back. Try to get your elbows to the ground. And see your stay here. So coming again into this variation of iron bridge, where your elbows are on the ground. And move your hands down so that your wrists are coming in contact with the earth. The edge of your hands sitting on the ground. Just allow the heart to melt into the wheel. Sink your heart, the back of the heart into the wheel. Okay, so from here, bring your feet a little bit closer. I gotta get out here for a sec. My wheel is right on my hair. Okay, so from here, all right, so from here, bring one leg over the head. And you have to really push your upper back into the wheel, push your elbows into the head, and see if you can get your left leg up. And bring your right foot along with it. And then see if you can come into a deep Uttanasana, another version of Uttanasana sort of. You try to bring your feet to the ground in front of you, and then you try to bring your heels down. Your wheel is still pushing into your upper back. Keep pushing the heels down towards the ground. Keep pushing the wheel into the back of the heart. To come back, you bring one leg down, bend your leg, and then you keep pushing your wheel into your back. You come down slowly. That's it, Georgia. Really push. That's it. That's it. Push the wheel into the back of the heart. Just keep moving it towards. Yeah, that's it. You have to really hold on to the wheel tightly and really push your back into. That's it. Yes. There you go. Good. That's it. With control, really push your hands into the wheels, Nicola. Beautiful. Always with control. Use your breath to just control your moves. Slow down the breath. Even if you can't get all the way down, it's okay. That's it. There you go. It's coming. That's it. Hey, there you go. Good. Okay. And then come out, come back the other way if you can. Just bring one foot down at a time if you like here. Okay, and relax, come out. Good. All right. So this one is another one. This is a strengthening practice. It's called planche. Okay, so you're trying to make an angle. So this one requires, again, you have to really be strong through the shoulders and really grip with your hands. I'll show you, okay? So start the same way. And then you bring your hands down again below your ears. You grab the wheel with your hands, and from here, you roll back again. Okay, and then you really grip, pull the elbows right against the head. You come up with one leg, and then the other. So you don't go all the way down this time. You come straight up. Because you have to push your hips forward, and your wheel is pushing into the upper back. Okay, and from here, you can either stay like this, try to get a straight line. Eventually, you try to lower your legs. You have to really push into the back, into the wheel. Come out one knee at a time, comes into the chest, and then you lower your seats back down. Okay, so do these poses very slowly with control. Use your breath, elongate your breath. Remember, you have to really grip your wheel with your head with your arms. That's it, Nicola. Try to really stand up tall. Try to get your, okay? And push your hips all the way up. That's it, Nicola, good. And then keep trying to push the wheel into your upper back. Try to get it right between your shoulder blades, right at the top of your shoulders. And then if you feel comfortable, if you're feeling strong here, you try to bring your legs down a little bit. Do it slow. You really have to control. That's it. You can bend your knees if you need to. It's all good. Okay. Good. That's beautiful. All right. That's it, Nicola. So you start with that one, and then eventually you try to do with your legs straight. This one's a pretty challenging one. It requires quite a bit of strength through the upper shoulders and stuff. So, okay. All right, good. All right, so now let's try something different now. Okay, so let's try some arm balances. So we're going to take the wheel, let's see, take the wheel flat on the floor like this. If you want, if it's too hard on your hands, you can always use a towel or something. And then you just allow your legs to go over your arms. You place your hands on the top of the wheel, and then you lean back. Allow your legs to sit on the arms. Sattvasana. Let's have a little bit of padding. That's it. Allow your arms. That's it. Good. Beautiful, Georgia. That's it. Extend your legs in front. Bring your chest forward. Beautiful. Yes. Really nice. That's gorgeous. That's it, Nicola. Bring your chest forward a little bit more. Try to lift your seat a little bit so you can get your feet up. Nice. Okay. It's hard on your hands. You can't do this too long. So yeah, that's why it helps to have like some padding underneath your hands so you can do it. All right. Nice. Okay, so we're going to try another one. This time your wheel is like this. Okay, so it's sort of like Sattvasana, but not quite the same. So you push your hands into the wheel, your seat is back, and then you try to lift your legs up. So like that. Okay, so push into your wheel, your shoulders a little bit forward, your hips back. Just like that. You have to push your inner thighs. Yeah, that's it. Push your hands into your inner thighs. That's it, Nicola. Good, good, Georgia. Nice. Bring your shoulders a little bit further forward. That's the idea. Good. Yeah. Okay. That's it, Nicola. Good, good. All right, so that's that one. Okay, so let's try another one. This one's a little bit more tricky. It's Astava Krasina. So we have to have, okay, I'm gonna start with my left hand on the wheel, flat like this. You bring your left hand down and you hang your right leg over your arm, the top of your arm. You have to come forward a little bit. You bring your seat back, your shoulder over the wrist, your wrist over your elbow over your shoulder, your wrist. Cross your ankles. like that. Okay, so your left leg is in between your hands, and you bring your right leg over the top of your arm, close to the shoulder. Okay, so your elbow is over the wrist. You place your left hand a little bit in front. You have to have your hip back. Okay, so you have to hip it back, and then you really press with your hand. You cross your left ankle over the right, and then you push up. Sometimes it takes a little bit to just try to get the right angle. Left foot goes in front of the other one, okay? So cross your ankle on top, in front. Bring your hips back. That's it. Really flex your feet. Once your ankles are crossed, really flex your toes. Spread your toes. That's it, Nicola, good. Bring your chest forward a little bit more. Bring your seat back. You want to get your body level with the ground. Okay, so if your seat's a little bit, so try to get you have to sink your seat a little bit. This one's a little bit tricky. Try it on the other side. Okay, so try your left hand on the wheel, really push down into the wheel with your wrist. Hang your left leg over. Bring your right hand down. And then from here, cross. When you cook your feet together, flex your feet and push your hips back. And then really try to flatten your body out. Okay? That's the idea. Lift your seat a little bit more, Nicola. This one's not easy, eh? Yeah, bring your hips back a little bit more, Georgia. That's the idea. Lift your seat, flex your feet. You almost had, just like when you cross your feet should look like this. Okay, so really, you want to have bend your toes back like this. If they're pointed, they don't always engage muscles as much. So you really have to press your ankles together and really press, flex your feet. Okay, try it again. Get your hips back. Yes, that's it. Bring your hips back a little bit more. You had it. Yeah. Okay. So you just want to bring your hips back a little bit more. So then you can flatten out. Okay. But that's good. That's a good start. Awesome. Okay. This is not an easy one. So give it one more try if you like, Nicola. Both of you. Bend your toes back. That's the idea. Pull your hips back. So one thing that can help when you're doing it, if you can't get it, you can stabilize the wheel with a block. Okay, so you can place the block against the wheel like this so it doesn't move as much. And then sometimes that helps. So place it so that the wheel is anchored in place, and then it will give you a little bit more support. Make sure your hands are wide enough too. Make sure your hands aren't too close. Lift your seat, Nicola. Start your seat higher. That's it. Flex your feet and then push your hips back. That's it. Try not to let your hips sink. Your hips are kind of, you want to have your hips higher than the wheel. Okay, if your hips are kind of dragging down, it's going to, this is why you're falling out of it. Okay. So one more try. Hook your feet. That's the idea. Yeah, that's getting better. Okay. All right. Just one more. Your feet, push your feet out. Yes. Yes, that's it, Georgia. Good. Beautiful. That's it. That's it. Yes. Okay. So that's the trick. You just have to get your hips high. If you allow your hips to come down below the wheel, then you fall right out of it. You know, like because your seated, there's too much weight there, so it's just going to come. That's better, Nicola. Good. That's the idea. Okay. Keep your hips, your chest forward. There. That's it. That's it. Okay. Good. All right. Okay. So let's go on. Okay. So before we lose our wrists altogether. Okay, so let's come, now that we have a bit of warm, the body's warm, let's try some movement with the wheel. So sun salutations. Okay, so we're going to do lots of different variations and incorporate lots of movements. So let's come to the top of the mat. Bring your wheel against your chest. Close your eyes for a moment. Just remember again to offer up the practice. Let go of all the fruits of the efforts, dedicate them to higher purpose for the benefit of all beings. Do the practice because it must be done. So just imagine the wheel is just an extension of your body. Now inhale, push the wheel down in front, raise the wheel up over the head. So from here, engage your buttocks and upper back and lean back, hips forward. Come all the way back up and hinge at the hips, bring the wheel down. Slide your wheel in between your legs and in between your heels. And hold the back edge of the wheel. Inhale, push this seat up and back. Push the body against your legs. Uttanasana, bring the forehead down onto the shins. Inhale, lift the chest. Take your hands onto the wheel. Step back into plank position. Good. Lower the belly down onto the wheel. And then from here again, slide back into Cobra. Allow your legs to slide back. Lift up through the chest. And if you like, you can bring your feet up towards your head for King Cobra. That's an option, you don't have to do that. And then bring the legs down, tuck your chin in, push into the edge of the wheel with your hands, and press up into plank position. Back into downward facing dog. Bring the feet all the way back, allow the head to drop below the arms. Now here, inhale, look forward, step the right foot beside the wheel on the outside. Lower the knee down, sink down to the seat. Now from here, keep the right hand on the wheel, raise the left arm up, reach up, circle the arm down. And repeat with the other hand, left hand on the wheel, inhale, sweep the right arm up. Exhale, circle it down, allow the head to fall back. And from here, place your hands on the wheels and step your left foot in to meet the right on beside the wheel. Push the wheel behind your feet, and again, Uttanasana. Push your wheel against the ankles, hold the back edge of the wheel. Inhale into a pike, lift the seat. Exhale, pull the body right against the legs, chest on the knees, the forehead to the shins, depending if your legs are straight. Otherwise, you can keep your knees bent a little bit. From here, open up your legs a little bit so you can take your wheel out from behind. Take the wheel up over the head on the inhale. Hold your breath, engage your buttocks, engage your upper back, hips forward, arch back as far as you feel comfortable. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, bring the hands back and then chest the wheel back in front of the chest. Now, if you might need to, you might just step forward and depending where you land on your mat. Start again on the other side. Inhale, drive the wheel down towards the ground and bring it all the way up over the head. Engage the buttocks and the upper back. Go back. Be careful when you go back. Okay, the weight of the wheel is heavy. It might, so make sure you stay in control. Come all the way back up. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Come forward to Uttanasana. Bring your wheel down and behind your heels. And then again, Uttanasana. Chest on the legs. Bend your knees and then straighten out your legs by pushing your body into your legs, forehead to your shins, and just keep pushing your hands into the back of the wheel. So from here, separate your legs a little bit so you can bring your hands onto the top of the wheel. Step back into plank position. Lower the belly down onto the wheel. And from here, slide your hands onto the front of the wheel and just allow your legs to just drag back onto the ground. And then open up into Cobra. Head goes back, shoulders go back, and if you want, separate your legs, bring your legs up, try to touch your toes to your head, King Cobra. And then bring the feet back down. Good. Plant your hands on either side of the wheel, and then bend the toes under, come into plank position. Graceful transitions. Back into downward facing dog. Allow the head to drop below the arms, allow the seat to go back. From here, look forward, step the left foot forward on the outside of the wheel, lower the knee down. Sink down to the seat, use a hand, left hand on the wheel, keep the left hand on the wheel, raise the right arm up over the head. Exhale, circle down. And switch, the right hand comes onto the top of the wheel, inhale, lift the left arm up, extend, feel as though the arm are attached at the hips, pull the body out of the hips, and then circle the arm back down. Bring that left hand on the wheel as well, and step the right foot in to meet the left, wheel the wheel back, behind your heels again, Uttanasana, land your belly on your thighs, and Uttanasana, forehead to the shins, the top of the head towards the ground. From here, open up your knees a little bit, take the wheel out from behind, raise the wheel up over the head, hips forward, arch back, hold the breath as you go back. Come all the way back up on the inhale, exhale again, land, bring your chest in front of the wheel, in front of the chest. Walk again to the front of the mat if you ended up too far back. Another variation. Just imagine this as your divine dance of devotion. Express devotion, surrender in all of your movements. Back into Astava Uttanasana, as far back as you see fit. And then come all the way up and bring your wheel down to the ground. Slide your wheel behind your legs. This time we're going to bend the knees and then roll the wheel up the backs of your legs onto your back. Extend to the top of the head, extend the arms back behind your seat, the wheel's behind your seat, and then pull the wheel all the way over your head. Uttanasana, the face of the shin perhaps. You're very flexible, maybe the wheel will come all the way down to the ground. So from here, come back into pike and bring the wheel back down behind your feet. And then from here, place your hands, use your right foot to just roll the wheel back and land, bring your left leg up. Okay. Good, come into one-legged plank. Good, now chaturanga. Lower the chest down to the ground. Inhale, press back up. Bring the feet back, left foot back, and then flick the wheel forward again with your foot underneath your belly. From here, slide your hands onto the wheel, slide back again into your Cobra. Push the wheel into your belly, allow the head to go back again. Option to bring your feet up towards your head for King Cobra. And bring the legs back down here. Good. Press your hands into the wheels. You can press into your knees, first come into baby plank, or you can come right into plank position. Bend the toes under. Good. So from here, move your left hand more to the center of the wheel. Vasisthasana. Turn to the right. Come into Vasisthasana. You come back to the front. Place the right hand behind the left. Go to the other side. Turn to your left for Vasisthasana. Beautiful. And come back into plank position. From here, press your hands into the wheel. Send your seat all the way back behind, downward facing dog. The head drops below the arms. From here, bring the right foot forward to the head, beside your wheel. Lower your knee down. Sink down to the seat. Kapiyasana. Grip the edge of the wheel. Bring your wheel up over the head. Arch back. Again, be careful, the wheel is heavy, so just go back as far as you fit. If you're very flexible, maybe you can get your wheel all the way to the ground behind you. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, place your wheel back down on the ground, on the other side, on the inside of the right foot, and bring the left foot in to meet the right. Wheel the wheel behind your legs, bend your knees again, roll your wheel up the back of your body, onto your seat and behind your back. Come into pike with your arms behind you, head forward, and then fold forward, Uttanasana. Bring the wheel over your head. If you're flexible, maybe your foot to the ground, your seat over your heels, and your wheel on the ground in front of your head. Always according to your condition. Practice with mindfulness and reverence to the vehicle you've been given, which is your body. Come back into pike, bend your knees, and bring your wheel back down behind your heels, and take it out from behind. Raise the wheel up over the head, arch back, engage your buttocks. Press your hands into the wheels, hold your breath as you go back to control it. Come all the way back up on the inhale. And again, bring the wheel back in front of the chest. Step forward as you need to the front of the mat. Inhale, pull the wheel down, right over the head. Hold the breath, arch back. You have to have your hips forward. Keep your buttocks and your upper back engaged. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, hinge forward. Bring the wheel back down onto the ground in front of your feet and roll it in behind your feet. Bend your knees. You can bend your belly, bring your belly onto your thighs and take hold of the wheel with your edges, by the edges. Inhale, come into pike. Extend your arms back behind you. Extend the head forward. From here, bow down, Uttanasana. Take your wheel over your head, maybe all the way to the ground behind your head. Inhale, come back to pike, and bring the wheel back down behind your feet. Bring your hands down on either side of feet. Use your left foot to just flick your foot back, your wheel back. Raise the right leg up. One-legged plank. Good. You can always bring your right foot down the ground for those, again, if you're teaching, to modify it and come into chaturanga. Lower your chest. Press into your hands, come back up. And from here, bring the right foot back down. Use the left foot to flick the wheel forward so it comes underneath your belly. And once it's there, land your belly onto the mat, onto the wheel. Hands on front of the wheel and just slide back again. Your legs just roll all the way back. Then allow the head to go back. Shoulders sink. Separate the knees if you like and bring your toes up to the head for King Cobra. Again, option. Lose yourself in the sensations. Lose yourself in this divine dance, devotion. Bring your feet down. Press your hands into the edge of the wheel and come up into baby plank and then into high plank or just right into high plank. So going to the left first, move your right hand on the center of the wheel. Press the heel of your palm, come into Vasisthasana to the left. That's it. And come back. Turn towards the front again. Push the left hand in behind the right and go to the right. Your ankles are crossed. Come back down into plank position. From here, grip the edges of the wheel with the edge of the wheel with your hands. Downward facing dog. Allow the seat to go all the way back, the head to drop below the arms, not the heart. Now look forward to the hands and bring the left foot forward on the outside of the wheel. Lower the knee down, sink down to the seat. Push your hips all the way forward. Grip the wheel, continue to grip the wheel in your hands. Bring the wheel up over the head. Arch back again, be mindful. Stretch, maybe. If you're very flexible, the wheel will come all the way back to the ground behind you. Inhale, bring the wheel back up. Bring the wheel back down. And where it was, and bring the right foot in to meet the left. Wheel the wheel behind your heels. Bend your knees, belly on your thighs, and just roll the wheel up the back of the body behind the seat. Extend your arms back, extend head forward, come into pike. Uttanasana now. Push the body into your legs, the forehead comes to the shins, towards the shins, and your wheel comes over your head, maybe right to the ground. Come back into a pike. Bend your knees, you can bring your wheel back down to the ground behind you. And from here, take your wheel out from underneath. Raise your arms up over the head, Hasta Uttanasana. Hips forward, hold the breath, engage your buttocks and your upper back. And go back. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, land again. Bring your wheel back in front of your chest. Walk forward. We'll do one more variation. Just keep watching the body moving. Imagine your body moving in a way that is graceful and fluid. Try to see yourself in a practice, try to access. Keep imagining yourself in it. Keep seeing yourself in it. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, bring the wheel back down to the ground. Again, open up your legs so you can bring the wheel in behind your feet. So, going further this time, again, take hold of your wheel and wheel it up the back of the body so it's sitting on your back, coming to pike. Raise your right leg up and bring the wheel back. Warrior 3. Now, if you feel comfortable, you can try to go forward a little bit. Your head comes a little bit lower, the right leg comes up higher. Toppling tree. And then back down with the right foot. Stay in your lunge. Your left knee stays bent. You just bring the wheel right underneath you so it's underneath your seat. So from here, lift up. You're sitting on the wheel right now. Take your hands so you're holding the wheel. Your right hand's just against the thigh. Lift the head, allow the head to drop back. Inhale, come back up. And from here, move the wheel out a little bit, just underneath your leg. Left hand down on the inside of the foot, Salutations. Your wheel is underneath your thigh at this point. Now here, if you like, you can take a bind. So you can either keep your right arm over your head in the extended version, or take your right hand behind the back. And see if you can bring your hand to the inside of the wheel, like just underneath the body, so the hand is sitting on the thigh, and just take hold of the wheel from in front. So it looks like this. Okay, so from upright, your hand is across your thigh. And from here, you can take your left hand behind your back and interlace your fingers underneath the wheel. And then release. Go to the other side now. Coming into another twist. Reach the right arm up, turn forward, and then pass the LT outside of the leg. So your armpit is sitting on the outside of the leg. You can bring your hand onto the wheel and see if you can take, you might need to shift your position a little bit. You can see if you can hold from like inside the wheel. Your hands are binding inside the wheel. If it's not possible, you just take hold your right hand just on the outside of the wheel, hold the wheel with the thigh at the same time, and you can just twist. Okay, so you can take your left shoulder back. So whatever's doable for you again. Pull on your hands if you have the bind, pull the left shoulder all the way back. And from here, place your hands down. From here, just slide your left foot back. Lower your belly onto the wheel. From here, roll forward. Savasana. Bring your chin down, your hands to the wheel. Another different version of Cobra, right? Lift your legs up. If you want, you can try to go further, push your wheel towards you a little bit more. Bend your knees and try to bring your toes to your head. So it sort of looks like a king cobra, but again, another orientation. You come out, graceful movements, always staying with the idea that you're just dancing through everything. From here, place your hands down and then come back onto your knees. Bring your hands forward. So from here, come into plank position and downward facing dog. Allow your head to drop below the arms. Raise a right leg up. Ekapada Adho Mukha Savasana. And step the foot in beside the wheel on the outside. Lower the knee down. Sink down to the seat. So from here, raise the wheel up. Options, you can go into Kapiyasana again, like we did before. If you want to try, you can bend your elbows, bring the wheel behind your head, and just allow it to slip down the back. Okay, so if you bring your back leg up, your wheel will be sitting just cushioned by your body and your leg. Okay, so you're pushing the wheel into the back and allow your head to go back, pressing into the wheel. You might be able to go into this variation chain pose. If you can get your wheel wedged down far enough, you might be able to hold your foot as well. Your wheel's just sitting inside your body. That's the idea. Good. Beautiful, Nicola. Beautiful, Georgia. Okay. There you go. And then come back up. Bring the wheel back down. On the inside of the foot. Now press into the wheel. Extend the right leg up. Left leg up. Extend the standing split. Then wheel the wheel back behind your heel. The right heel. And just press your right hand to the back of the wheel. Raise the left leg up all the way. Standing split. Okay, if you have good balance, you try to get, and you're very flexible, you can try to get your chin onto your shin and move your left hand to the back of the wheel as well. Try to find a balance. And then bring the left foot back down. Go to Uttanasana. Take the wheel from behind, bring it over the head, reach up, engage the buttocks again, hold the breath, go back, Hasta Uttanasana. According to your condition, your ability. Inhale, come back up. Exhale. Anamasana. The wheel from your chest. And of course on the other side. Drive the wheel down on the inhale and bring it up over the head. Arch back, hips forward. Engage your buttocks and your upper back. Hold your breath. This always helps in those sticky points and in those difficult parts, the moments of the pose. Inhale, come back up and bring the wheel back down. Hinge at the hips. Now bring the wheel behind your feet. From here, bend your knees as much as you need to roll your wheel up your back and onto your seat. Into Warrior 3. Start to raise the left leg up, straighten out the standing leg, and then extend your arms back behind your seat, holding the wheel just over your seat. You can stay here or toppling tree. Cant the body downwards, the head coming towards the height of the knee. Raise the left leg up higher and try to bring the wheel up over the head. If you're very flexible, maybe your wheel will come right down to the ground in front. Bend the right leg again into a lunge, and then bring your wheel right underneath your seat. Okay, so you're sitting on your wheel right now. And just take your hands, just hold the wheel, your left hand just on the inside of the thigh. Inhale, lift the chest, allow the head to drop back. A gesture of opening yourself up to divine grace. And bring the head back. From here, just slide the wheel forward underneath your thigh. And then flatten out your left foot Astava Krasina. Right hand to the inside foot, left arm goes over the head. Good. You may stay here if you like, or you can come up a little bit. Right arm comes behind the back. Sorry, left hand goes behind the back, over your thigh, and take hold the inner edge of the wheel. Your right arm comes behind your back, and see if you can interlace your fingers and hold the wheel from underneath, inside the wheel. That's it. Your hands are just bound together in the inside of the wheel. That's the idea. And then release, allow left arm to slip out, turn towards the front. So spin, so you're facing forward, you're on a heel, you raise the heel and the back leg up. So from here, inhale, raise the left arm up, lean forward and down, bring the elbow to the outside of the leg. You can see if you can try to bring the left arm underneath the leg and underneath inside the wheel. And take your other hand around to the back and grip your hands again, your hands on the inside of the wheel. Roll the right shoulder all the way back. Otherwise, you stay more upright and you just do what you can. So you can just hold the other edge of the wheel with your hands and your other side, just stay more upright. Now from here, place your hands down on the ground. From here, land your belly on your wheel and just slide your right foot back. Savasana. Heel forward, shoulders on the mat, chest on the ground, and then hold the far end of the wheel and then raise your legs up. Savasana, keep your legs straight, or if you want, push the wheel a little bit further in, you have to move your body, your wheel in towards your chest, bend your knees, so you get your toes to your head. From here, bring your legs back down, softly, and then push with your hands. Send your weight all the way back into child's pose. Your seat behind your heels and wheel your wheel forward in front. Inhale, roll up into table and into plank position. And from here, downward facing dog. Bring your seat all the way back. All movements again fluid like you're doing a dance. Ekapada Adho Mukha Savasana. Keep your hands firmly on the wheel. Raise the left leg up. And step the foot in the side of left, on the other side of the wheel. Lower the knee down. Good. Kapiyasana again. So again, you can take the standard variation, of course, that you know, or you can try to bring your wheel down behind your back and slip it. You have to place your wheel so it's sitting in behind your, in your knee and this cushion by your leg. Might need to shift your position. Kind of fell out of control here. Good. Once you have the wheel anchored in place, it's being cushioned by your back of the body and the leg, the inside of the leg. And then you might be able to find the foot. And then if you can, you hold the foot. You try to get your toes to stretch so that they meet your head. From here, release. If you have that chain pose, bring the right leg back down and bring the wheel back up over the head and in front. So from here, press your hands into the wheel, extended standing split to raise your right leg up. Then from here, place your left hand down, wheel the wheel back behind your left ankle. And then from here, you hold the wheel with your left hand against the ankle, bring your nose in towards your shin, try to get your right leg up right high, straight line. And if you have the balance, you can try to bring the right hand to the back of the wheel as well. and then release. Beautiful. Nice. Bring the feet back together. Feet, the wheel behind your feet, and just again reach behind. Take the wheel out from behind. Inhale, raise the wheel up over the head. Arch back, hips forward. Go all the way back. Inhale, come all the way back up. Bring the wheel back in from the heart. Take a deep breath in from the heart up to the space between the eyebrows. Exhale back down to the heart and all the forms that we've explored and all the forms that we'll explore. Just continue to see God in each form, the divine way, the magnificent ways that He manifests in all beings. And release. Okay, so we'll do some balance poses here. Okay, so let's try ballet pose. Standing on your left foot. And take the wheel, base the toes inside the wheel. So your foot will sort of look like this, and then you pull it up. Okay. That's it. So it can either stay like this, lean a little bit to your left, try to get your wheel up higher, your leg up higher, pull on the wheel. If you have the flexibility, you can take your right hand inside of the wheel. Hold the foot. From here, slip your other arm up into the wheel. You might be able to bring the head inside the wheel. Oops, I didn't do that very well. So once your foot is in the wheel, your left arm is inside the wheel, holding the upper edge of the wheel. You try to bring your head inside the wheel as you come up straighter. And then you can. That's the idea. Keep your legs straight, Nicola. And then release. That's it, good, good. Okay, so you have to lean a little bit to the side, so if you have your right leg up, you lean a little bit to your left. Try it on the other side now. To start off with your left toes pressing into the inside of the wheel, you can start off like this. Okay, so raise the wheel up. Just pull on the wheel, the bottom edge of the wheel, to get your leg up higher. Lean to the right a little bit. Good. If this is too easy for you, you bring the right hand to the wheel. You slip your left hand inside the wheel. Hold the foot and the wheel at the same time, top edge. You bring the wheel up higher. And see if you can slip your head inside the wheel. So the wheel is right, your leg's right beside your head. You can bring the right arm up. Beautiful, Nicola. Good. Nice, Georgia. Gorgeous. And then from here, come back out. Okay, so now from here, so take your, stood on my left foot first. So bring your right foot into the wheel, right in front. Okay, so you pull on the wheel, and then you bring the right arm back. Here you turn forward, reach back, and then you lean back, bring your leg up higher. Push with the base of the toes, lean back until you're almost like lying on your back. Come forward again, whoops. And from here, you can see if you can hold the outer edges of the wheel and bring your chin towards the wheel. Bring your hips back. You didn't do that very well. Good, that's not so easy. Okay, so push your hips back, And try to get your body flat on the wheel. And then release the right foot. Just bring the wheel down. From here, just allow your forehead to rest, your top of your head to rest on the wheel. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften. And then roll your way up. So try it again on this side. So do a facing other orientation so you can see maybe better. You bring your left foot inside the wheel. Okay, and then you push the base toes into the wheel. You bring it up, doesn't have to bring it up high, just about the left height of the hip. And you bring your left arm back. Open up to your left. Good. Turn forward again. Bring your hands to the wheel. And then lean back. You have to soften your right leg a little bit. Push your chest up, your belly up. Lean back. Try to get you, look like you're lying on your back almost. Push the base of the toes. Come forward again. Standing head to knee pose. So pull on your wheel with your left hand, bring your right hand forward, and then slide your left hand up as well. And then see if you can close the gap between the behind and leg. Bring your chest down onto your thigh. You can put your chin inside the wheel. And from here, allow the foot to come out. Place your wheel on the ground. Bring your forehead on the wheel. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften. Now come down. Shasana. Okay, so you're going to try to come up and bring your wheel up with your legs. And then you're going to try to maybe pass the wheel from one leg to the other without losing the wheel. So bring your head down. You can come into your floor, like take on opposite elbows. As always, you come up. And then you wheel the wheel towards you. Okay, so you grip the wheel, heels on the inside of the wheel. You grip the wheel with your edges of your toes. Okay, so just underneath your toes. And then bring the wheel up. So the wheel is sort of sitting on the inside of the legs. Okay, so then you have to move one foot diagonally across. Let's say the left foot first. So you position your foot so it's diagonally across so that it's still holding on, you're still holding on the inside of the leg. Your heel's on the outside, your toes on the other edge. Okay, you take your right foot out and you see if you can move without allowing your wheel to come tumbling down your leg. And then come back. And we try, and so on. Okay, so you try to take the wheel on the other foot. So go ahead when you're ready. So take your time to position the wheel so you're gripping the wheel, just the toe pads. You push the foot, the heel to the other edge of the wheel. You allow the wheel to sit against your leg. And then see if you can take your other foot out. Slow. So don't go too fast. The wheel might come tumbling down your leg. All the while you're just watching this all in your mind, like a movie playing out in your mind. And when you're ready, you bring both feet back into the wheel, just where we started. And we pike down. Carefully, slowly. So the wheel doesn't come down, your legs don't come crashing down. So as you come down, pull your hips back behind your head, and softly land your wheel back onto the ground. And from here, child's pose. Okay. Questions? That work, Nicola?
Honestly, I haven't followed the instructions. I'm not sure what I have to do now.
Okay. Okay. Did
I
you
mean, I did go up as with you with the wheel. Like
Okay.
I did. I'm repeating Savasana, right?
Okay. All right.
Cool.
So it's just like when you have your wheel in both feet, you
Yeah.
just eventually try to release one foot at a
Okay.
time from the wheel. And then you just try to move your legs without losing your wheel, basically.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So the wheel, you have to place it so that, if you can see. So you're sort of placing the wheel so that your heel, you see how my
Yeah.
foot's diagonal?
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
grip the wheel with the out, like just the toe pad like that, and you grip the heel, and then you keep on trying to press. Make sure the wheel's always in contact with the shin, the inside, so that when you move your leg, it doesn't come falling down your leg. So that's
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
was just doing. Yeah, that's what I was explaining. Okay, good. Did you get that, Georgia? Were you able to? Okay, awesome. Yeah, it's yeah, it just requires just very slow movement and just really gradual, and just make sure that the foot is really holding the wheel, like with your toes, like this part of the toes, the wheel's just sitting. Like my fingers, the edge of the wheel, I'm gripping with my toes like that. And same with the heel. Okay, so the wheel's sort of in between. It's that. Okay, good. Yeah. So that's it. Be gradual. If you want to, yeah, good. That's the idea. Good. Nice. The bigger challenge is to bring your legs into a straddle. So back and forth, instead back and forth, out in a straddle. That's a little bit more difficult. All right, good. Okay, and then come down, relax. Breathe in, breathe out, rest in child's pose. Good. That's coming, Nicola, good. So it's still kind of hanging mostly off your foot. If you have it against your inside your shin, you'll be able to split your legs like sideways too. Because right now, if you split your legs sideways, it might fall off your leg. So try to keep on having it sit on the inside of the shin. Okay, so we're gonna move on though. We're gonna go to shoulder stand. Okay, so come to shoulder stand. I think you know how to get into that. And okay, so I'll show you variation. Okay, so once you're in shoulder stand, you eventually go into Padma Urdhva Danirasana. So you come up, you bring legs up, and to get the wheel forward, then you have to bring your back away from the wheel and push your wheel right into the upper back. Okay, so then you come from here, you come into your lotus if you like.
And then just stay in lotus here for a minute, actually. If you don't have a lotus, just do a regular shoulder stand with your feet straight up. No big deal. Push your wheel into your upper back. Try to get your knees higher than your hips. Concentrate on the space between your eyebrows. Leave the body alone once you're in the pose. Pindasana if you have a lotus, otherwise plow pose. Keep your attention inward beyond the body, the mind, and the emotions. Now getting ready to come back. So you'll either land with your feet down, so you're coming into supported bridge. If you have a lotus, you try to land your knees down on the ground. So you allow your back to come onto the wheel. You just hold the edges of the wheel, the mats. You might help to have one hand behind your head so you can lower your knees down. Okay, so once your knees are down, you can either do Urdhva Danirasana from here if your feet are not in lotus, or Padma Urdhva Danirasana. So you bring your hands beside your head and you see if you can get your back up off the wheel. It won't be very much, just because the wheel is big and so you might not get much clearance, but see if you can get a little bit of lift. If you're doing Urdhva Danirasana, of course, you just push up into Urdhva Danirasana. That's it, good. Beautiful. And then come back down, and from here, roll your way out. And then here, we're going to come forward. Okay, so we're going to come into Uttanasana first. Bring your heels onto the top of the wheel. So depending on your flexibility, you can either hold your heels, land your belly on your side, you can just hold it like this, or if you have more flexibility, reach for the far end of the wheel and just pull your body down onto the legs. Try to get your chest onto your knees. Imagine trying to get the top of the head to reach the top of the feet. Inhale, come back. So from here, we're going to bring the left leg back behind like this. So you have a wide base. So if you don't have any issues, okay, so from here, you're going to actually close your legs up first like this. So your knees are close together. So you can start off like this. So not too different from what we did. Hold the far end of the wheel. And from here, bring your body up, open up your legs, and then slide your right shoulder on the inside of the leg. You can slide your right hand inside the wheel, your left arm goes over your head, and take hold of the foot if you can. If not, just allow your arm to come up. Okay, so you don't have to come if you can't reach the foot. If you have the foot, you just keep pushing the back of the shoulder into the inside of the leg. Try to turn so that your chest is facing up. You can take your right hand and push into your left thigh, or you can take it even underneath your root and hold onto the ankle underneath from behind, like from the front. That's it. Beautiful. And then coming back up. From here, turn forward, so bring your left knee close to your right knee again. Come into Urdhva Danirasana. Okay, so you can either stay like this, find the balance, just bring your belly onto your thigh, you can hold on to the heel or hold on to the far end of the wheel, like this, so you can start like this if you like. Your hip is over the back knee. Find the balance. It's too much, you keep your hands on the ground. Now, if you're more flexible, Hanumanasana. So you wheel forward a little bit, sink your seat forward, then you have to move your foot to your wheel too, so that heel's on the front of the wheel, on the top of the wheel, and you can see if you bring your seat down. That's it. And then you can bring your arms up, over the head if you like. Reach up. Good. From here, you can bring your nose onto the wheel just like you were doing, Georgia, or if you want, you try to come on the inside of the wheel. Try to get your chest on the ground, your belly on the ground. Again, depending on your flexibility. Move according to your condition, your abilities, respect your limits. Come up. Last one, twist. Bring your left hand to the outside of the right leg. Your left hand to the outside of the right leg, your right hand behind the other leg. Inhale, lift up tall, exhale, twist to the right. That's the idea. And from here, release. Lean forward, push into your fingertips, and pull the wheel and the foot back towards you. Okay, so now starting again. Starting off this time with your left knee close together, and then bring the wheel underneath your left foot. Just start off with this pose here. Sink your belly onto your thigh. Hold the far end of the wheel if you can. Just keep pushing your chest towards and beyond your knee. All your touch at the base of the spine. And then lift up. Bring your right leg back a little bit, so open up your stance a little bit more. And then move your left shoulder to the inside of the leg. Slide your left hand forward. You can hold the inside of the wheel. Bring the right arm over the head. Maybe you can take over the foot. And keep pushing with the back of the shoulder into the inside of the leg. You can then take your left hand and press it into your outer, your top of your right thigh, or underneath the leg, and hold the ankle that's behind you. Look up. Good. Lose yourself in the sensations. Imagine all beings enjoying this through your body, senses. And then coming back up. That's it. And from here, bring your right knee in again. Urdhva Danirasana. Had to readjust. Okay, so your right hip over the right heel. Bring your left foot on the wheel. Again, lean your hips back. Hold the foot. Bring your hands on either side of the wheel, or hold the far end of the wheel. Try to find the balance if you're doing this one. Allow the weight to the body to just release into the hamstring. That's the idea. You can stay like this the whole time. Or Hanumanasana. Whenever you're ready. Lift your shoulders a bit, lift your chest. Slide your wheel forward and then sink the toes under. And just here. Just try to sink your seat down. That's it. Try to get both sit bones on the ground. Variations, you can take your arms above the head. You can lean forward, since we're doing forward bends, you can just bring your body down onto your leg or on the inside of the leg. So you can try to bring your chest down onto the ground, towards the ground. Be mindful of your hamstrings. They're pretty intense. Good. Telescope your chest forward, one last breath. Reach to the crown, sink down to the seat, heavy through the seat. And come back up. Sitting more upright now. The right hand to the outside of the left leg, the right hand to the back leg. And bring your hand to the outside of the thigh if you can. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, push against the legs as you twist to your left. And you modify if you need to by bending your knee. Okay, so you can just keep a little bit more upright like this. So just do again what is good for you. And then release. From here, lean to your left and bring the right leg back in front. Good, you got the legs a little bit. Okay. Go from here. A couple of options here. You can do Danirasana, so one last back bend. Okay, so actually maybe two. Let's start off with Danirasana actually. Okay, so we're going to start off with a shallow one. So lie on your belly, bring your wheel onto your back, and then bring your toes inside the wheel. Actually, you grip your, like just like we did, just try to push the base of the toes into the wheel, and from here lift the chest and bring the legs up. And keep trying to push with your feet, try to get your legs straighter. If you really push with your feet, you might be able to eventually get your thighs on the ground. And then maybe you bring your wheel right down to the ground. That's it. Tug with your feet. That's it, Georgia. Good. Really pull with the toes. And from here, release. And back up. Release. And then breathe out. From here, come to standing on your knees. Okay, so if you start off with camel here, you can bring your toes on the inside of the wheel to hold in place. Bring your hands onto the wheels, allow the head to go back. Just to start, lift your chest as much as you can. And from here, take your wheel out, your feet out from underneath the wheel, inside the wheel. Move the wheel right against your shins. And then allow your seat to go onto the wheel. And then reach back. Bring your hands to the ground. So your seat's on the wheel here. You stretch a little bit more. You might be able to bring your head right down, and maybe your head will find your way onto your toes. If it's too much, you can keep your hands on the wheel so your head will still stay higher up, okay? And then from here, bring your hands back onto the wheel. Tuck your chin in. Slide your hands back a little bit further up on top of the wheel and push your way back up. Good. Now from here, one more pose. You can either do scorpion, like forearm balance. So there's a few different ways to enter here. If you want to try, you can do it from handstand. So I'll show a couple of options here. So the easiest way I think to get into scorpion is to start by placing your hands again on the wheel and roll back all the way, just like we did before. When your elbows are on the ground, lift your hips up and then push your chest forward, as far forward as possible in front of your arms. Walk your feet back as far as you can, and then see if you can find one foot on the wheel. So you have to push the wheel further away. Use your foot to just push the foot away, and then from here, you might be able to bring your left foot up, and then bring the foot maybe inside of the wheel. Keep holding onto the wheel, bring your other foot inside, and then you try to bring your wheel towards you again. So your forehead, your toes, and your wheel come together. You can do this against the wall if you like. Okay, so you push the wheel against the wall. Actually, you can't do it from there, actually. So if you want to do it against the wall, obviously you just start from here. Okay, so you come up on the wall, and then you see if you can find your foot onto the wheel. But the wall is holding the wheel in place. And then you try to bring your other foot down. That's it. That's it. Push your wheel away from you with your foot, Georgia. Yeah, that's it. And once you have a firm grip, you'll be able to get your leg up. That's it. Really grip the wheel, push your chest forward, push with your foot at the same time. That's the idea. That's sort of the idea. So just bring the leg right over your head, okay? If it's too much to do from that angle, yeah, start from the front. That's it, Georgia. Good. Now push the wheel away from you. That's it. You can, there you go. Now you can look towards the wheel now, Georgia. Okay, so once you have your chest forward, tilt your head forward so that you're looking at the wheel. Okay, so you bring your chest up, you look towards the wheel. Okay, then you have your foot on the wheel and you just keep pushing your foot forward. You keep pushing your foot forward, you look at the wheel and you really press with your heel to get your other leg up. Oops. That's it, Nicola, good. Again, press one foot into the other. The toes of one foot come onto the top of the other foot. That's the idea. Slide your toes a little bit back so your toes are more on top of one another. Bring your leg up first, right up high first, Georgia, okay? Leg up and then bring it down. Okay, so Nicola, your feet are sort of like this. Try to have them more like this. Okay, so your toes are pressing down like that. Okay, right. All right, so This is the last. One more try. There you go. That's good, yeah. Yeah. Nice. Better. Feels your feet were very heavy. Okay, all right, so now we're going to end it here. So just sit cross-legged. You can do your lotus if you like. Your right leg would come on top. You wheel beside your right side, take your right arm around, and then you can hold the foot if you have a lotus. Otherwise, you can just place your hand on your hip and use your left hand to just push the wheel back further. As you push the wheel back further, you tug on that foot if you have the bind or press into your hip, and you turn more to your right. Keep your back straight. And then come back, do the other side. Take out your left foot from your lotus and just bring it on top. If you have a lotus, otherwise just away, and then your left, you go to your left. Lift up through the chest, straighten the back, go a little bit more to the left. Return, lie on your back for Savasana. Come onto your mat, relax. Just allow your body to sink heavily into the earth now. Feel completely heavy. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Instantly release all the muscles. Feel as though they all just dissolved into softness. No strength left in them. So then all the muscles just feel like they're hanging off the bones, the skin hanging off the bones. Everything just so heavy. Let go of all tension, let go of all effort. Let go of all mental, physical, and emotional barriers that prevent you from receiving. So through this practice, through Shavasana, we bring about healing by bringing in all the benefits. Bring your attention to the heart. Attract all that you need. And with your attention to the heart, that's exactly where it's going to go. So whether it's security, whether it's confidence, or wisdom, or compassion, or love, everything that you need to feel grounded and fulfilled and content. Feel as though it was all coming to you now. Floating right to the spiritual heart, which is located in the center of the chest, in the right side of the physical heart. Feel that space expanding within you, not limited by the container that represents the body, the physical body, for you are not the physical body. Feel that space growing infinite so you can welcome all beings within. Hold them all in your heart with love, with compassion, unconditional love, boundless compassion. And bring your attention now to the head, wherein sits the mind. Expand that space as well. Imagine the mind becoming infinitely spacious as well, not confined by the skull, the physical area of the skull. And when you expand your mind, you become open to all ideas, all perspectives. Let go of all those attachments that you have to previous thoughts or impressions through your past experiences that bind you, that might also make you end up in a place of suffering and pain. If you cling to those ideas, open yourself up to new ideas, new ways of doing things, new opinions. Keep fixing your mind on the infinite. Keep cultivating all those qualities that you desire that will get you closer to self-realization, the nature of your true self, which is immortal, immutable, boundless. Sri Dharma Mittra says you can only go as far as the imagination. So aim to have a boundless, limitless imagination so you can realize more for yourself and more for others. Through your kind acts, everything becomes ultimately an offering. Now repeat yourself the following sentence 3 times to ingrain an idea in your mind and your heart so that you can remain humble, always in a mindset of a servant. When you expect nothing, you receive everything, and it's even more of a gift. So repeat the following sentence now in your mind 3 times mentally. I remain the eternal servant to all beings. When you think of it, all beings are just a reflection of God. Now prepare to take that into the daily life with you. Continue to spread love and knowledge that helps people to relieve themselves of the suffering and pain. So now prepare to come back from Savasana. Prepare to sit up. Move in a way that is gentle, that is mindful. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the divine grace within. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. Amazing practice. Thank you so much.
Merci Justine, avec tout mon cœur. Merci beaucoup.
Merci tellement. Ça me faisait beaucoup plaisir comme toujours. Let's stop this.